Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just finna go. I'm just finna go. Um, yeah, I hit threes with no eyes. Threes from the ring, no lie. Cross my heart and I die. They don't wanna catch me outside. They see no wave, it's a tie. I couldn't take a L if I tried. Funny when I start trying to play around with them, they really start feeling my vibe. They can't reach where I'm trying to reside. Out of reach if I fall, I'ma die.
Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back, brand new episode of Threes from the Ring.
This nigga Chris get a new haircut every fucking episode, bro. I'm beginning to think this nigga ain't got no hair. He been wearing a wig this whole time.
Bro.
Cause ain't no fucking way this nigga go from the fuckboy braids to some fucking twist. Like, what is going on? What has the world come to? What's really happening here, folks?
Talk about what's really
I wasn't even really paying attention. Then I just got shocked. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga got on his head, man? I'm so confused, bro. Not bad haircut, not at all. Actually, fit you. You probably can wear any haircut. I want to see Chris bald. So this is probably the only time. Like, this is probably the only thing. I'm like, Chris bald would probably be funny. But like, other than that, like, what the fuck? Or go back to circular fro, Chris. Either way, it would be funny.
Talking about, like, circular fro can't come back. G. Circular fro. G. But yeah, we back. Yes, different hairstyle each week at this point, G. But it's the benefits of when your girl can do hair. Shit. But anyway, we back. Of course, it's your boy Chris J. Got the boy Tyler here. Got the boy Trail Sav here.
Yeah.
Yo.
Alright, so changing things up on this episode. We've been doing wrestling first for God knows when, but we're gonna do wrestling last because it's a lot. Well, is it a lot? It's stuff to talk about. Let's put it that way. While basketball wise, we got slander the refs, well, nothing really slander besides the refs. Refs been horrible all year, shit like that. But before we get to that, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You Tweeking Media, we appreciate that. Follow us on Twitter at Threes from the Ring as well. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you share whatever platform you are listening to us on. If you're listening only, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Pod. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, whichever. Leave a review. I don't care. We appreciate all the support. But with that said, let's get right into it. So we're going to get right into the refs being ass this whole season. And they have. But last night was probably what sealed it. In the midst of a really great Royal Rumble pay-per-view, the Lakers and Celtics were playing basketball in NBA's rivalry week, which that's some decent little matchups this week. But we had the Celtics and Lakers play last night in the primetime slot, and it led to the Lakers were pretty much doing well most of the game to the end, classic Laker fashion. And
I don't think, my bad for cutting you off, I don't even think it was one of them situations in which it just was totally bad at the end. It was more the number one seed in the East, probably the best team in the league, started becoming the best team in the league. Like, the Lakers still are working with a lineup that, at this point, like, Rob Pelinka should be, like, tarred and feathered for, but they were still in it. Like, you getting a 40-point game out of Bron. AD still working his way back. I think get AD 3 more games, he'll be back to a 25-point score. Westbrook really took them out the game a lot. I hate talking shit about Westbrook because I think that's all people usually go to as that, like, the cap out.
Mm-hmm.
But Westbrook, like, was really, really, like, taking them out the game. One, I forgot that game was on. I was watching like 3 things at once. Like, I had the game on my TV. No, I had something else on my TV. I had the wrestling on my laptop, and I had, like, I was watching like something on my phone or like Dokkan Battle or something like that, have the anniversary thing. So I was in this bitch looking like Dr. X or some shit, like with a bunch of electronics around me. But I was watching the game and like, of course, bad shot making is a thing, but it was petty calls down the court. And Darvin Ham said something like towards the end. I never understood why officials say it's so hard to call LeBron. But then again, Joel Embiid is at the line 100 times. James Harden at the line 100 times. Jason Tatum, Luka, and Luka can't even shoot free throws. He at the line more times than anybody else. And I always thought to myself, I'm like, why do they always get the benefit of the doubt? And somebody like Westbrook and Braun don't get calls whatsoever. And Darvin Ham said they don't flail. Like Braun doesn't flail when he gets to the rack. He's so fucking strong. I don't think you can make him flail. Like, and I think he also goes in. I think Braun also goes in on an attempt to make that shot. Instead of on an attempt, I know I'm gonna get fouled with this shot, so I can flail my hands in the air. If the ball hit, the ball hit. But Braun going intent of I'm gonna make this layup. And the refs don't call it because he don't flail. And I'm like, but if you see a hand getting hit, why you don't call it? You can't say, oh, we take the rest out the game. Because Patrick Beverly tapped Jason Tatum head and they called that foul.
Yep.
You gave Patrick Beverly a tech for showing you a camera. So you can't say, we held on to our wristles. That nigga saw it. At this point, I think it's a conspiracy. Because, like, how do you call that foul? How do you not call that foul? And it was in your face. You can't say we didn't see it. Fuck what the black ref said. That white ref was on that sideline with the whistle in his mouth. He did not call it. And he just walked away.
Yep. It didn't help that they was in Boston either.
Yeah.
If that was the case,
But the thing is, even Boston wasn't getting some of the most fair calls, too.
If that was the case, if it was just because they was in Boston, it was a home court thing. I don't. If you're gonna have the refs do that, I think it's one of two things, right? I think it's an overtime thing. They told themselves, or it was more of a, we want this game to go to overtime, so make it go to overtime, like a league thing, right? Like this conspiracy theories, but like if refs have a meeting, if there's a chance for this game to go to overtime, don't call the foul. I can see that.
That'd be crazy. That'd be insane.
But at this point, I think the refs had a parlay on them niggas, bro. like, but even if they had a parlay, right? The Celtics was like plus 700. You ain't making no real money. Like, so what's the,
no way. If they were negative 700.
Oh yeah, negative 700.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I was so tilted with that, bro. The game tilted. I was visibly sick. I was almost as tilted as like Kevin Owens when he missed that moonsault. But I'm like, one, this is disrespectful. Like, you doing this to a person in year 20, and it's not even like a stroking brawn off type situation. Like, it's honestly just disrespectful. This man approaching breaking career record, year 20. He giving you 46. And you don't call it a foul. There's entertainment. There was much time on the clock for the Celtics to even get the ball back, I think. No, they was out of timeout. They would have lost. If Brown would have sunk them 3 throws, they would have won. And then the Lakers are one of the more popular teams in the whole entire league, who is below 500, who need these wins, who after There was 5 games that came to the wire that the refs didn't call the foul on, and you do that shitty 2-minute report, and you
They did
say,
it
"Oh yeah,
immediately
it
Yeah,
was
after
a
this
that'd be
foul."
game.
kind of
That's the
yeah.
wild
They could
part.
low key get rid of that shit.
Immediately.
You do a 2-minute report, and you say, "Oh," and then you do the same thing again. Yeah, he was fouled after we look at the tape. What's the point of replay if we can't see the replay?
Yep. Because they could have challenged it, but Darvin Ham already used it. But
On a shitty foul that they called on AD.
yep.
AD didn't touch him. But since other players flail their hands, they get the call. It is. I do think it's a beneficial cause on the players that's not even flopping at this point. It's like a new thing. It's like with an inter-contact, you just But the Lakers don't get those calls, bro. Imagine, bro, we got a Lincoln Citrus podcast. LeBron is the most popular player in the league, so we're gonna talk about what the hell happened to him. But
It's just the fact in general, like it's just been bad, and this has probably been the worst.
it's the same thing for
example in
Curry.
years. Yeah, like
Curry
the other
gets
day with
fouled on
Curry, like
every
that was
3-point
crazy
shot.
too.
Curry gets fouled on every 3-point shot, bro. Every 3, and Curry don't complain, but he gets fouled on every 3-point shot.
You
And I
do.
guess just because we know Curry can make them, we're not gonna call it a foul. What's the point?
Yep. Hey.
Like, there should be no reason when LeBron James is not a great jump shooter. He's damn sure in a good 3-point shooter. This nigga probably like 29% this year. But he's not in the top 15 of free throws a game. What? Yeah, that's probably the same thing with Kyrie. Kyrie probably don't get the call. And
He
he
shows
is a
Kyrie
person
really
who,
don't get the calls no more. I remember he used to go to the line a lot. He really don't get the calls.
No. But also, the way you look at Kyrie, he's so agile, it looked like he ain't getting touched, but he's getting touched. That's the issue
But
with
this is
Kyrie.
the thing.
They
This
be
is the thing. You
the
gotta
reason
also
his jersey
think.
be on tough.
You ought to also think, like, be serious with as you are an official. You think as a defense, you're not gonna foul Kyrie when he gets into that hole? He gonna make it. You think as a defense, you're not gonna foul LeBron James because he's stronger than everybody? So you think he's not gonna get fouled? It's stupid, bro. It's a stupid. If there's nothing you can tell me to make me feel like that these niggas just don't want to call the foul.
Yep. And the thing is, this is just my thing. It's just this whole season, and this is probably the most basketball I've watched. Because shout out to League Pass, of course, but like since we've done the pod, this is legit the most ball I've watched, and refs have been horrible all freaking season. And a lot of times they tighten up by this time of the year, but gee, we're way past the halfway point. We're like 3 weeks past the halfway point of the season, and there's still a lot of inconsistent, horrible calls, or just horrible refereeing as a whole. Like. It's really tough to say the league has to do something because at this point these are a new set of referees that at least I'm noticing and they ain't shit. So it's like they need like it's to a point where and fans been saying even players are starting to say it as well. Refs got to be held more accountable. And I get that, oh, yeah, you don't want to put a target on them. But guess what? If you're not doing your job where it costs a W in close, especially close games. If it's a blowout, I give a fuck. But I shouldn't be cussing. But if it's a blowout, I don't really care. But in a close game like this, where it's blatant, legitimately blatant, this is where, yeah, you got to hold that L, bro. Like, or give them a point system against them where it's just like, yeah, you tweaking. Here's a fine. You tweaked again. Here's a bigger fine. Oh, you double tweaking. You suspended. Or something like that. Because there's no way that you can just continue to mess up, go on a flight to goddamn Phoenix, and you might mess up there. That makes no sense. But also the league also has to set it up where, and I could have sworn they had it set up like this, but I think it's just for out of bounds. But in end of games, they need to be able to where if refs are not aren't sure if a player got fouled or not, it should be challenged. To me personally, like that's something they should look into because you have 3 refs on the court, especially in an end game situation like last night where LeBron is clearly the referees are watching. All 3, 4, 5, 4 referees on the floor, they're watching. You can at least use a challenge in that type of situation because it's like, okay, he missed it. Hey, you missed that call, walk the bam. I saw it. Well, if you didn't want to take my word, let's look at it. Something like that. I feel like that should be looked into to be in place so that way, at least at end of games, if it's a legit foul, hey, we can look at it. If it's like something like that. And I feel like it might make games longer, who cares? But if it actually leads to a proper victor of said game, then hey, I'm cool with that. So that's just how I look at it. They need to do way better because so many games have, well, regardless, the result's the result, but so many games could have ended up a lot differently, especially I think in the Lakers case this season specifically, if they did better in terms of making sure if the referees did their part better. Let's put it that way. Because the Westbrook situation a couple weeks ago, then LeBron, and I think it was other ones earlier in the season as well in close games. So that's my take on that. Tyler, anything you want to
add? He was grabbing his food. He better go back to his room.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
I just want to say, why they can't do the booth review like NFL does?
That's what I was saying. Like, they only do it for out of bound calls. Like, they can't do it with fouls. Like, the only ones who can do it for fouls is coaches. And that's why they only give them 1. And that's the issue in itself. Like, I get, but I think we're at a point where I think give them 2. Or if you...
How many challenges do coaches get?
1. They get just 1. I think right the league is at a point...
I'm talking about for the NFL.
Yeah, NFL is 2.
Give them 2.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think now with the NBA is at a point where give them 2. Like that 1, like especially because some coaches hold that 1 until end of game situations, which is justifiable. Yet, I think in a case like now, especially since it's pretty much established now, give the coaches 2. I think 2, that way... Or at least, yeah, give them 2. So at least that way is like, okay, you have an idea. Like, okay, I have this 1. Like, I could use it for something that might be more momentum changing. And then the second one, yes, I'm going to hold that to the end of the game. It is what it is. So, or God forbid, in a situation where my best player has 5 fouls and they call some bullshit, let me try to keep him on the floor at the end of the game. Something like that. That's just how I look at it. Like, it's one way it's ways to go about it, and at this point the NBA should be looking into at least giving them 2 reviews, unless you're going to make it where referees can review fouls or non-fouls if another referee caught it and they couldn't get the whistle or something like that. That's just how I look at it. But yeah,
I agree. I definitely think the 2 challenges should happen. Especially because you never know when you really gonna need it again. They just gotta they gotta change something because it's getting really out of hand.
Definitely agree. But yeah,
boy, David Stern would have not let that happen.
David Stern wouldn't let a lot of things that happen. Like with the Grizzlies, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly. Before that, we move on complete from the Lakers. LeBron is at 117 points away from surpassing Kareem.
Jeez.
Yeah, so they just announced. I think Shams or Waj, one or two, said LeBron and AD is not playing tomorrow against the Nets. So LeBron is at a point where he can either get it against, depending how he score. If he scores pretty much 24 points within these within the next 4 or 5 games, he's on pace to do it against either OKC or the Bucks at home.
The Bucks at home.
And the Bucks at home is a TNT game, by the way.
I don't think you want to do that at the end of the Bucks at home. Unless you rest the OKC night.
It depends. Well, not like they don't have no other back-to-backs because they're playing pretty. Cause like they're on a road trip now because they at Brooklyn tomorrow. The Knicks the day after. Pacers, Pelicans, OKC is like every other day scheduling. So it's either going to be at home against OKC or the Bucks, one of the two, but we'll see. Unless he literally plays out of his mind against the Knicks and drop 50.
Huh.
Have that Madison Garden moment.
So he might. He basically at a point where he's dropping 40 at least once a week now.
Yeah, which is because he's saying, let me get this record out the way. But so LeBron is at a point where he will probably get the record, not this week, but next week. So so it's getting close. It's getting really close at this point. Let's go ahead and look at. They announced the All-Star starters. A lot of big arguments over the fact that Embiid was snubbed. But
snubbed of what?
Exactly. I love Embiid, but he wasn't snubbed. He wasn't.
And I'm saying, like, snubbed of what? What he snubbed of?
Not being a starter.
Who gives a shit? You don't look at when you on Basketball Reference and you look at somebody how many All-Stars games they're going, they don't say 5 games started, 2 games coach's decision. You know, you was a fucking All-Star.
Straight up.
Fuck. You can't take KD out. He was the most vote getter. Can't take Giannis out. Best player. Second most vote getter. Can't take Giannis out. The first most vote getter. Who the fuck?
And then isn't he technically gonna start anyway? Because KD might not even play.
No, KD playing.
KD's supposed to be back by then. Yeah, to me, because the thing is, it was gonna be between him and Tatum either way. That's what it was. It was nothing that you could do about it. And then if he has any other problem, go to the players, go to the media. If you have any other issues, because they were also other factoring deciding votes. And I think for Embiid, what sealed it was the players' vote. So he needs to talk to his peers. The media, I think, had him number 2 over Tatum in terms of front court. So
who cares? You're still gonna be you're gonna get voted in. You want the leader in scoring. Like, who cares?
Agreed. But yeah, it's just it looks good.
If he missed the All-Star altogether, then that'd be a crime.
Exactly. He's not. He's going to be a unanimous coach's decision. He's going to be a unanimous coach's decision.
That he was snubbed from being a starter, or did he say something?
Who?
Embiid.
No, the fans. He didn't say shit. I think they said Joel Embiid was mad, but I don't think he really cared.
Yeah, because he knows he's going to get in at the end of the day. It's nothing you can do. It's really nothing you can do overall. So he'll be fine. Embiid will be fine. And plus, Embiid just has to, at this point, do what is necessary to. He just needs to do what is necessary in regards to just making sure his team is playing good ball, which they have been. Outplay Jokic, which happened as well. Shot.
Yeah, 47 is like, damn, if I'm not.
And shot a game clinching shot over his head top. So Embiid just needs to focus on doing what is necessary for his team to be successful. But with Embiid, it's more playoff for me than it is regular season. Simple as that. But yeah, but other than that, I have no real issues with the All-Star starters. But they did also announce this, that the rosters will be named. The LeBron and Giannis will be picking the players the day of the All-Star game. So
there's I'm pretty sure they didn't say it, but there is a what you would call an asterisk on that they should have said, because the jerseys they're gonna get picked before we know. So,
well, no, they make the jerseys. No, they make the jerseys for both sides now.
What?
Yeah, they did. Like, I remember they made jerseys for both sides.
What
you mean? Both colors. Let's put it away. Both colors. Because the jerseys don't say Team Bron or Team Giannis. They just make the jerseys of one is East, one is West. Well, not what, but one is one team, one is the other.
Okay,
that's what they do.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's their way of alleviating it. But it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna be the last player named. Overall, shout out to Sabonis if he's named, because I'ma laugh, or maybe even Laurie if he's named for being the last player. So see where that goes. And last thing, NBA wise, you said what, Tyler?
I said them All-Star jerseys ass. It's not just because they in Utah. I just feel like they just been so bad. It's like there's no creativity with the jerseys no more.
Oh yeah, it's Nike's fault.
It's Nike.
Yeah, I'm putting that solely on Nike, and I'm disappointed in Nike when it comes to that, because if some of the new jerseys they made, or even like the city jerseys, are on point, but these All-Star jerseys is legit ass.
And you got more than enough time to come up with them.
Yep. Because it's getting to a point where I'm like, just let them wear their home regular team jerseys now. Fuck it, because
or wear some of the old jerseys. I don't know. Do something that looks appealing.
Yeah, because these jerseys suck. But yeah, last thing before we legit move on completely from basketball, some nigga on Reddit yesterday had basketball Twitter in a frenzy because he pretty much did in-depth research on Jaren Jackson's insane defensive numbers, where he at home tends to have better numbers than he does on the road, which numbers wise it is a huge difference. Another NBA where I did deflect to say, hey, no, it's not so true. I looked at other camera angles, but there is still some questionable things when you look at it. But it did lead to I think FanDuel or one of the other gambling websites, they took Defensive Player of the Year off the betting for the time being, because probably the hope was probably it wasn't going to be much steam off of it, but it was enough steam where people were looking. So nasty situation where the Grizzlies scorekeeper, he's under surveillance right now. Let's just put it down. Like, that nigga's under surveillance. Me personally, looking at some of those clips, they are suspect, because to me, some of those are not real blocks.
Exactly.
Some of those are not even real steals, because I've watched enough to know, be like, yeah, how you tip the ball and it goes to your whole other teammate's hand and you're counted for the steal. That makes no sense at all. Or just Steven Adams blocks the shot, you happen to have your hand raised, but you're credited for the block. That makes no sense. So shit like that's questionable. I don't know how much Jaren Jackson is paying this scorekeeper for this type of dick eating, but I hope he's well compensated. Especially for Jaren Jackson's upcoming contract, or big contract as is that he has, because
he's trying to get them incentives.
Exactly. That, or his whatever Jaren Jackson's grandfather did in a past life for his family, he's just looking out. I don't know. It's just weird as hell. But Daytra, your thoughts?
Damn, I don't really got no crazy thoughts. It's just, like you said, folks gotta be under investigation. He wasn't gonna win Defensive Player of the Year anyway. Fuck Memphis. But they getting humbled like a motherfucker right now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you should win Defensive Player of the Year if you get fouled out every other game. You ain't playing the defense.
You're not doing your job.
Exactly. Like, you're not reliable. My nigga, when fourth quarter comes, you got 5 fouls looking to get fouled out. So, but I'm okay with keeping that nigga under surveillance and watching the games more intently. Again, fuck Memphis. They be getting humbled. And I usually don't like seeing black people get humbled. But when you talk shit about the defending champs like y'all been there before, and Ja Morant talking like he dirt on Twitter, talking about, hey, you gotta come see us in my hood or some shit like that. Or we about to spin your block or something. I'm like, nigga, it's basketball. It's good to see you get beat. I love seeing the Warriors lose, but I was kind of rooting for the Warriors on that game.
Me too. I'm sorry. Like, the Grizzlies I hate, like, it sucks that a young up and coming team is like kind of looking like the hated team, but it's like they're hateable. They're a fairly hateable team.
Yep.
Except Steven Adams. I love Steven Adams.
The funny thing is, it's not like, you know how Draymond would be the hateable one on the Warriors. You really can't hate stuff. It's probably Clay now. Clay talks a lot of shit now.
Clay always talks a lot of shit. It's just now
we just never
spotlighted.
But like, you always hate that one kid like Grayson Allen on the Bucks. If Grayson Allen on the Bucks, he probably wouldn't hate nobody else.
And he doesn't say nothing.
And just hate fuck Grayson Allen.
Shit he does.
But with them, Dylan Brooks and John, wow. One, Dylan Brooks dressing like more androgynous Prince. He was me every time, bro.
They told that nigga he looked like Dean Ambrose, bro. I was a kid.
They said that nigga dressed like the Big Show one got me, bro. I cried.
The same fit.
The Brock fit killed me, bro, because Brock came out with the same fit on Monday. Like,
that's what made it worse. I'm like, gee, that nigga came out like Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, though, like, he could F5 nobody.
Hey, look, man.
Shout out to Brock Purdy coming back. They know you about to get a check, by the way.
That's an act of desperism.
What'd you say?
I said that's an act of desperate because last I checked, they were down 21-7.
I know, I'm saying, but like after this season, Brock Purdy probably about to get a check.
Oh yeah, he is. Yes. somebody's gonna get finessed and fooled.
Somebody's gonna get finessed, but he's about to get a check. What I was about to say, probably the Packers, because they talking about, there's rumors talking about they don't want Aaron Rodgers no more.
Yeah, they fed up.
But what I was about to say, so I don't really care at the end of the day. I don't think it's going to be any. I don't even think Adam Silver will be doing his job sometimes, but I don't really think it's going to be any league investigations or anything like that to him. I think it's actually going to get swept under the rug some more. It was just something nice to talk about on Basketball Reddit. That nigga had receipts though. You thought it was just like a paragraph?
No, that man did.
That shit was like 4 pages worth of.
Like that man did a science experiment, bro. He did a science experiment.
He wasn't playing. He lost some money. He lost some money.
Bro, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm putting in this lawsuit.
He said, "Wait a second."
He put under 3 blocks, and that nigga got 4. He was like, "Hold on."
And then the next day he was like, "All right, over 4 blocks." Wait a goddamn second. 2 blocks? The fuck going on here? Press.
Like this nigga.
How long do y'all think it's gonna be before like a legitimate, like a major lawsuit comes off one of these betting sites, though?
Bro, it's going to happen. We already have
people really getting fucked over, and it's
UFC had a problem with it.
I remember that one.
UFC had a problem with it. Dana White and a lot of people getting sued because of it. Not Dana White, but I think Dana White is suing somebody. I'm trying to think if there was any more. The basketball stuff already happened.
Yeah.
That one referee.
Yeah, that was years ago.
I think
And then
didn't baseball have a problem before too?
Pete Rose gambled on baseball like decades ago, and he's banished from the Hall of Fame. Speaking of which, baseball has the worst Hall of Fame of all time. Half your greats ain't never going to see the get honored. Fuck that Hall of Fame, G. But yeah, then the NFL, what's his name? A wide receiver. He put a parlay in. And he was hurt. He was out for the season, and they said, and he put a parlay in. They were like, "Yeah, bro, that's inside information. Fuck up out of here."
But I understand. What if you don't bet on your team and you bet on somebody else's team? Just because you have like contact with them players, you probably could, yeah. But what's stopping you from just going to your uncle or auntie saying, "Look, I'm about to get over 2,000 yards."
That's all you really have to do is just tell your peoples, "Hey, put this in for me." That's all you have to do.
Right.
Even then, you don't need to bet on the game.
Also, yeah, why is you got a real problem if you are getting paid hundreds of $1,000s and you betting? Like you got to get that shit checked out.
Problem.
Like Drake.
Yeah, Drake ain't got shit to do. That
nigga put $1 million on the Chiefs, and I'm like, he's only going
to win the bowl.
To win tonight, and I'm like, he's only going to get a.
Joe probably tagged them niggas up, bro.
And they talking a gang of shit, G. So,
what'd you say?
The Bengals is talking a gang of shit. I like Joe Burrow though, but the Bengals as a whole is talking a gang of shit. The Chiefs.
What they ain't got?
I know, but shit? Like they talking like, hey, G, they calling the Chiefs Stadium Burrowhead Stadium. I'm like,
oh yeah, because they keep winning now.
Yeah, and then this is another thing with football is weird. It's tough to beat any team 3 times in a row on a year-by-year basis. Eventually, you're going to get your ass kicked. So, yeah. So it's a wait and see. Like, I want the Chiefs to win. I won't be shocked if the Bengals win, but I think the Chiefs is probably winning. It's just something telling me, and also I'm a firm believer in don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. He's up there. So yeah. But we'll see where that goes. But yeah, see what gambling does. We literally went to football. But yeah, so what's
that's how you go to wrestling, folks.
Yeah, so that's
or parlay magically pop up on my screen. I don't even bet no more.
And look, G. Look, bro, I haven't won shit in like a month. I'm annoyed.
Well, I'm done.
Good.
I ain't never start.
Good job. Just enjoy the feeling of not holding the L once a week. Be like, what the fuck?
Oh, and literally, that's the reason why I don't want to do it. It's like, because when I was finna do it, literally you, my cousin, and a couple of my other friends told me that same day, come on, bet with us. That same day, I was like, no, I ain't even got it right now to really even do it, but I wanted to. That same day, everybody lost their shit.
That's the thing. You don't hold a lot of L's.
You I would say the best thing to do if you want to get into that shit is follow people stuff.
Pretty much. Because that's what I just started doing a little bit recently, and now I'm only missing by 1 or 2 now, and that's the part that blows the fuck out of me.
No, you find some good people who be having like good picks. You can.
No, I'm straight on it altogether. Though I'm not even gonna go down that can and
yeah. But even then, it is what it is. So shout out to this 21 leg parlay that I hope hits today.
Nigga, 21 legs. Holy shit, bro.
Look, there's safe options with 1+, and it like all I do is put like $1 in, and hopefully I get 200. Right. So that's what I just been. That's what just my luck been. I'm just trying to, because I'm just tired of putting. Bless you. I'm tired of sitting there hoping that goddamn Ja gets 10 assists and then he gets 9, and I'm like, bro, fuck you. I'm tired of that shit. But anyway, go ahead and move on to wrestling. I'm gonna just go ahead and let this clip play real quick of probably the greatest moment of wrestling this year.
Oh, Royal Rumble, man. Oh, beautiful. You say you gonna like what you say though?
Yeah, I'm playing the clip of from last night before the greatest cinema ever happened. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Can y'all?
No, I can't.
No, I can't.
Oh, all right. It is what it is. But point being, I should just add to the soundboard, but I didn't feel like it. Well, either way, last night was the Royal Rumble, and all I can say is last year's Rumble was hell. The bar was low. It was also low, as in fuck Shane McMahon, and also right before Vince McMahon got it, shit started popping up slowly but surely. So it was a low point last year. But this year, Mr. H, Mr. Paul Levesque, that's my nigga. Thank you for restoring the feeling, G.
I think a lot of people have this notion, and it's been newer now, right? This is a new thing, right? Of having more surprises in a Rumble. Usually the Rumble is 90% main roster talent.
Yeah. You may get one or two surprises. Back and
watch some of the greatest Rumbles, like you might see the honky tonk man in one of them hoes. You might see Drew Carey, but for the most part, like it's usually like 3 or 4, like oh my god, and then the rest is main roster talent. Like we all have our favorites going into it. Thank God they didn't put Sami in that Rumble because it would have just. I don't think the crowd would have turned on Cody. But I think the internet crowd would have, and you ain't got to really worry about that.
Considering that the show went on first, the Rumble went on. I was saying, considering that the Rumble went on first, that would have been a very awkward way to start the show. With knowing that Cody was going to be the one to take it at the end, you still throw Sami in there. That was going to be a long watch going to the main event.
Yeah.
And then probably would have they probably would have threw the main event off.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what you do. I don't know what I still think, I don't know if Roman going to defend them belts twice. Because eventually, like, what you do, Roman has to defend them twice and probably lose both nights. And we you can create a story on Roman losing everything in one night, either way.
I would rather, if you're going to do that, you might as well just have him, if he's going to face Cody, have him face Cody for both the belts. For both the belts, have Cody beat him, and Cody split up the belts the night after.
Well, the rumor is that the draft is immediately after WrestleMania.
But Cody only wants the WWE title. He don't want the Universal title.
That's what I'm saying.
You can split them now. Like, Adam Pearce be acting like he been moving his weight around. And hey, I want this title. I want both brands to have a title. Give it up, but just making Roman give it up is kind of crazy. I don't know what you do because Roman can't get pinned until Rumble. Until Mania.
And the thing is, I don't see him getting pinned twice during Mania.
Yeah, I can't see
him getting pinned twice is insane, unless he don't lose it by pinfall.
That nigga ain't tapping out.
That's what other stipulations come in.
Unless he loses about triple threat. You know what I'm saying? Unless Elimination Chamber, a triple threat match with like him, Sami, and like Seth, and Sami costs Roman the title in Montreal.
That leads to another ass whooping of the lifetime.
You got to build up Sami and Owens versus the Usos for the titles. You got to try to build that up, right? Which they doing perfectly. I don't think Sami and the Usos and them keep the titles. I think they lose it.
I think they're losing the SmackDown belts.
Yeah, I think they're losing the SmackDown belts too.
Because don't they go? I think they go against Imperium either this week or next week. I don't remember, but
no, bro. Hold on, quick
still in the finals for the
Did y'all watch that match on Friday?
Imperium versus Imperium. Who? Legato, right?
Legato and Imperium, bro. That nigga crazy. Vinci, bro.
Cold.
That nigga did like a gorilla press off the top rope or some shit, G.
He did that before. I forget who he did it on, but he did. I think he might have did that in NXT.
Bro,
That
I
man
ain't even go
cold.
stat. I ain't go. I popped, bro. I ain't popped for. I was like, yo, this nigga cold, bro. I fucks with Ludwig and Vinci. I wish they win more, bro. I fucks with them. I fucks with Legato heavy. I fucks with the Brown and Brutes heavy too, bro. I fucks with fucking. They got too many strong tag teams on
That's
rosters.
what
I
I'm
fucking
saying.
like
That's
and
why
Rebel.
it's gonna be so fire when they finally split these belts up. Because
Yeah,
the
the
tag
tag
team scene
division
might
is
be the best
busting.
division in wrestling this year. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That
Like
shit can go crazy.
Triple H about to give niggas quality tag team matches and restore the feeling, so niggas can shut the fuck up. But
But hey, if they able to snag the revival, but so
Possibly AOP coming back too.
if they
I
stay
think
healthy,
ALP going to NXT though.
they need to stay healthy.
Oh man, I'm kind of surprised we ain't see Big E. That nigga neck might be necking there, bro. Whole
Well, no,
time.
No, I
said-
think
he
he's
said
just
that,
getting to a point. He's just getting to a point where he can travel.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said that he would have to wait until the 1 year mark anyway. So that was
Yeah.
like after Mania.
So, yeah, like it would have been.
Raw after Mania.
Hey,
No, because he got hurt not directly after WrestleMania. He got hurt like it's
sometime after.
a year from then. It'd be like maybe like May or
bro.
something.
I miss Big E too.
Man, I would have popped so hard if he would have showed up in any way. I would have popped.
Yeah, I think the men's rumble was good. I was in and out of the women's rumble just because it's just like I don't know. I think Twitter took me out of that. 'Cause I knew Naomi wasn't showing up. I'm
Me
not
neither.
fucking stupid.
I did too.
Like I knew Naomi wasn't showing up. I'm not. I don't blame her for not showing up. I don't blame anybody in this situation. If she don't want to wrestle, she don't have to fucking wrestle. Like people put so much stock and on sides and shit like that. If she want to wait out and get more money and want a proper storyline, let her. If they don't want to bring her in over some bullshit, let them, bro. Let this shit in, folks. Because we have this situation in which people start to get mad over stuff that we don't know what's anybody talking about. It's all subject. But the only thing we knew for sure is that Mercedes Moné was not coming back. That's the only thing we knew for sure. Like that's the only
That was
thing we knew for
guaranteed.
sure. Guaranteed she wasn't coming back. Who? Everything else is like we don't know. We wait. Like I'm pretty sure they love Triple H over there, and Triple H love his wrestlers. And he said, "Whenever you're ready, I'm back."
Pretty
We
much.
love to have you back.
Because wasn't nobody expecting Piper Niven to come back yesterday.
No,
She
well,
was-
well,
I
the
was so
issue
sad
with
when I heard what actually
that
happened
was
to her.
visa. That was visa issue.
No, she had COVID.
For that long?
She had
For real?
She had COVID so bad that they thought something was wrong with her heart.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
it was bad. Yeah, she said it in the interview.
Oh, I thought it was because of the visa issues. Because her and a lot of some of the other NXT UK dudes had visa issues. That's why.
Hers. It probably was that at first, but they said she was talking in the interview. It was like a BS Star thing, probably in Austin, Texas, and whatnot. And she was like, "I had COVID really, really bad, and the WWE wanted me to stay home, and they was concerned for my heart."
That makes sense then. Because you got to think about it in the sense of her being a bigger person. Plus, you got to look back at how it was for Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was-
Keith Lee had it.
COVID fuck with you, period, bro. You
Yeah.
exercise and stuff like that. Hey, you don't know you got COVID. Then out of nowhere, you just out of breath for 2 days and it didn't come back yet. That stuff's scary, folks. Like
No,
you
it
don't
is.
know you have COVID until you start losing breath, losing your smell. You don't know it until then. That's the scary part.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was like the women's rumble was decent. I just think my favorite part of Rumble. We'll talk about the Sami stuff a little bit later. Was really good. Whoever writing that shit should get an Emmy. I don't see why the WWE ain't put that for an Emmy just yet. I honestly, I think they can do it.
They can.
Like if NBA, if NBA on TNT can win an Emmy, I think they can do it, bro.
If you just got to
Like-
submit it the right way, it just depends on
I think
what
they
category
can.
you put it under. But they can. They could.
That's also why I think, in like a slight segue, I think that's also why like this sale of WWE is so important too, because whoever buys them to put them in that type of spotlight where, okay, we are gonna start looking at least this company in terms of shit like that.
Yeah, but The men's rumble. My favorite part was Walter. I
G.
mean Gunther. Let me quit saying Walter. Walter is the past. This nigga
Gunther is now.
This nigga it.
He got the
Like
juice,
I've
bro.
been waiting for a heel, a heel's heel that don't get cheered. This nigga it, bro. He don't run away from no fights.
Wanted to smoke with everybody.
He chopped Brock Lesnar. They cut the camera. I don't know what the fuck Brock Lesnar did.
Yeah, I don't know who's Kevin Dunn, whoever the hell is over that. They need to get fired for that.
I think the timer was off because the number was going through. So the timer was off. They did the face off either too fast or too late.
Yeah,
that's a Rumble thing though. But it's just so that Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar feud is white hot right now, bro. Good, so good, bro. I don't even know who goes over for that feud. But somebody said put them niggas in a cage. I'm down for it, bro.
We need that. Look,
give them 10, 15 minutes in a cage.
Bro, that shit gonna be beautiful.
Money. But Brock, I love this new area of Brock. He came out in a Rumble, random ass number, came out, screamed, and just started throwing motherfuckers, bro. It was so good, bro.
Yep. And the funny thing is, I knew Brock was about to come out because I counted how many people was in the ring. I'm like, it's a little too many people in here. And Brock sat there and said, cool. And threw out all the little people. He threw all the little people out the ring.
Was what's the name okay?
Who?
When he
Kofi?
threw him out, what's his name?
Montez?
No, not Montez. That nigga laying on his feet like a cat. That nigga's athletic as hell.
Phantasma dude?
Yeah. Santos, sorry.
Yeah, Santos, like he down there broke his back.
Yeah, he fell kind of awkwardly. I heard like the loudest thud ever.
Yeah, that thud was crazy.
But I think them niggas tough. I think he's straight. They would have said something too long. They would have threw up the X or something like that. I know it hurt. I think he's straight.
Yeah, it was
Kofi damn near died.
Yeah, gee, I thought Kofi legit was dead because I'm like, that clearly didn't go as planned.
I think
back in back years.
He called it a rap. He called it a rap on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
He said 2 years in a row, R.I.P.
Yeah, so it's just I was really concerned for Kofi. I'm like, yo, it looked like that nigga died, because the way they cut the camera,
the camera cut was so ass too. But he just all you saw was Kofi collapse on a chair. Bro, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Shout out to Kofi still being athletic in his old age. So. But the men's rumble was so good. Not many surprises other than like Booker T. He came in, did the Spooneroonie, and got out. I understand he probably didn't want to wrestle that long because his dreads is long as fuck, and I don't think that's safe.
That and then also
I'm kind of glad it wasn't like no overage of old school surprise, because when you really think about it, the old guys that used to show up are really old now. Yeah, and some of those guys not in wrestling shape at all. Like some people they've been like I don't know, could have been expecting somebody like the Hurricane or X-Pac.
Hurricane's fat.
Yeah, like, he got into a bad motorcycle accident a couple years ago, so that's why he's really out.
Like you can't, like a lot of them are like, unless you want to bring like Chris Masters and stuff back, he's not gonna get a pop though. Like you got to bring hometown people, and them niggas are Texas. All the Texas wrestlers are washed.
Yep.
Washed. So, like, you can't, or they don't fucking work for the E no more. They probably over there in AEW, like Mark Henry or some shit like that.
Yeah, like Billy Gunn, Mark Henry, those guys. They
like Billy Gunn's still in shape. Road Dogg nowhere near in shape.
Road Dogg
fat too.
Road Dogg damn near look like me. Like they look out like that nigga. That nigga Triple H called him Butterbean. Like, I know everybody was somewhat still fit in that ring except for him.
But
you could have did Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle is one fall on his neck away from being dude from the Superman movie. You couldn't have called
Dog.
Like Xbox.
Everybody's old now. Everybody
everybody old. Like, unless
but
you
I think it's to the point.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I think it's to the point where you have enough talent where you don't really have to rely on stuff like that no more. Like one, like you said, like with Booker T, that was cool. Like that one, that's cool. But you don't really have to rely on that for Rumble surprises no more. You got so much talent on 3 different rosters. I was surprised they didn't have no other NXT superstars show up. But even still, like you have enough talent where it was a good Rumble without it.
Yeah, it was a really good Rumble without it. It just thanks. Like we know Cody was gonna win, right? It was set up. He getting promoted for it. It's all about getting there, and it was good getting there. You made a story with Gunther being the Iron Survivor.
Yep.
And that was a good ass story. You still had storylines within the Rumble with Brock and
Bobby
and Bobby. You got the Gunther story. You got some of the tag teams was doing tag team offense. Logan Paul and Ricochet
Seth.
did whatever the fuck that
Logan
means.
Paul probably set up a match with Seth because he eliminated him.
I don't want to see it, but you're right.
I'm sorry, G. That match is about to be fire, bro.
If Seth lose another fucking match, okay.
Now I get that in terms of the loss, but the match itself is going to be insanely fire. Because Steph is going to throw moves out just to throw moves out because Logan Paul going to throw moves out.
Oh my God, Seth and Cody working together, beautiful. Cody hit a horrible pedigree, but beautiful. Bro, it was so many. I might have to run that Rumble back. It was some good moments, like really good moments. I can't think of anything else really. Like the women Rumble.
I need to. Dominic pretty much jumping Ray.
He did not get in that Rumble at all. He was the only person that didn't come out. Obviously, we know why, but still, technically, you know, he still hold that record.
Somebody said Karrion Kross gonna be speaking Chinese next year, folks.
I don't even remember when he got eliminated. I just looked up and that nigga wasn't even in the match no more.
Yeah, they got him out the paint. They got him out the paint.
I ain't
gonna lie, I gotta give it up now. Like I was kind of hoping that they could have worked something with him, or he could have finally figured out when he came back. But I don't know, bro. And then dressed like fucking Hitman.
Bro, he's so ass. Find another gimmick. Give him a tag team partner or something, bro. Like he's bad.
You got to do something else.
Put that nigga with Riddick Moss.
The black and white shit, it's just not
Put
working.
that nigga with Riddick Moss, G.
Riddick Moss got his shot took, bro. I don't know who took his shit. Somebody took his shit, bro. He was supposed to be in the match, but it's Riddick Moss. Yeah, send him to NXT.
He was supposed to be in the match?
Yeah. He was supposed to be in there.
Shinsuke went in there. I wonder if Shinsuke just chilling.
Shinsuke just like, look, bro. Just let me know when y'all need me. Shinsuke's about to check.
You know, he just did the stuff with Greg Muda and all that. He probably doing some ambassador stuff.
That man chilling. He know Triple H got him. He like, I'm just chilling, bro.
Yeah, I love Shinsuke. So I would have loved seeing Shinsuke kiss Sasha some niggas.
That would have been hilarious. But yeah, but I ain't really worried about that.
That's it. Like I said, the women's good. Michelle McCool got it. Okay.
She was wrestling, even though they mentioned it 40 times.
She just turned 42.
Yeah.
You said they mentioned it 40 times. She still got. She lasted a long ass time.
Yeah, she was. She was in there for a minute.
They did. They started like a Dana Brooke and Emma thing. They probably gonna be a tag team.
Well, Damage Control needs somebody and need a tag team to wrestle against. So.
You might get. Unfortunately, Nia Jax. I mean, fuck them for bringing my Nia Jax, bro.
Look, G. She MAGA, but that's a BBW elite right there, G. She MAGA.
I'm a BBW elite, man.
I feel like that's a website. That's fucked up. But anyway, but yeah, Nia Jax being the return. Also, people got to hold that L because they said, hey, The Rock's mama here. And then somebody said, no, The Rock's mama likes Nia Jax. That's why she's always there. She's always at shows to support Nia at big events. I was like, y'all got to hold that.
Really?
Yes, niggas, because they said they took a picture of the Rock's mom, said, "Oh my gosh, she's here." So that means the Rock is here. And then they said somebody. It was multiple people saying no. She always appears anytime Nia Jax has a big event, like has a big match or whatever. She's present. I'm like, oh, y'all got treated. They thought the Rock was about to really come back and save Sami ass. No. But it's Big Nia making her grand return.
Even that wouldn't have made sense to me. I feel like it's at the point where The Rock doesn't fit in the current storyline. Like if you was gonna set it up,
and I'm fine with that.
By now.
I'm fine with that.
What do we need that nigga for?
My main thing is I feel like that's the last maybe one of the last big dream matches you can do.
But bro, he has no interest for this shit.
Yeah, man's not even in the running the body shit.
I'm ready for him just going to Hall of Fame.
He ain't got no interest for this company, bro. Oh, I love me familia from the WWE. We drinking tequilas and shit. Like nobody gives a fuck. This nigga don't want to be here.
Man, just want you to subscribe to $8 Productions and keep it moving.
No, he want to make mid movies.
And support the XFL too. Support the XFL.
Batista don't give a fuck no more. He's done.
If Batista theme wanna hit, folks, no. Well, I wanna, yeah. Y'all would have heard that from y'all crib. Yeah.
But I would have stayed for Batista coming out though. But overall though, Women's Rumble was cool though. Shout out to Rhea Ripley.
The only match I didn't watch was the Bray Wyatt LA Night match.
Mid.
There was nothing to talk about besides Uncle Howdy missing.
Uncle Howdy, that nigga. They said that nigga need LASIK eye surgery, bro.
I cried. But no, I don't know if y'all saw the video of a fan where he actually was nowhere near that nigga.
He wasn't. Like I don't even think his arm touched him.
Bro, LA Knight was like, fuck.
Dude just took a bump for
nothing. Bray Wyatt do freaky shit. Some people like it, some people don't. He can't. He's not the. I don't know. Bray Wyatt has some hits. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not what I don't think Bray Wyatt is going to be here much longer. Like in terms of like a wrestler, I do think he should go into horror though. Like he could be a really good horror director. Yeah. I think that's what he should go into. But it is what it is, man. Like it's me. Bray Wyatt just said you're going to see him and Alexa Bliss do some things in the future. So,
yeah, and we're leaning towards that.
The Fiend's dead, too, so we ain't got to worry about that ugly ass. Nah, I'm going to miss that song, though.
Oh, yeah, that remix is still elite. Mm-hmm. But speaking of Alexa Bliss, Bianca literally just whooped her ass. That was the match.
Yeah, that was a throwaway match. I wonder who's going for Charlotte. Will it be Naomi?
It makes sense to. The thing is, with Bianca, you can
really you do Bianca in the chamber.
You can, and that you could have her lose the belt, and just have Charlotte be on some. You still haven't beat me yet. You beat Bayley. You beat.
I don't think Bianca should hell out another Mania unless she's taking a pinfall. But I also don't want Bianca to take the pinfall from Charlotte.
Me neither. That's what I'm thinking.
Either it's set up for her.
It's either you doing Bianca and Rhea.
Rhea Ripley versus Bianca because that's a person Bianca never beat and she still can't beat. You do that. Rhea Ripley coming out of that Mania with that belt, that Raw title.
Like honestly, if it's Rhea versus Bianca, I'm not gonna be mad if Bianca takes that pin because look,
it's new stars.
That's what you need. That's what you need. Because Bianca's at a point where she could build somebody else up.
Yeah.
So, I ain't gonna be mad.
I don't see why. I don't see. It's a bunch of just I don't know what they're gonna do. I hope Naomi comes in. Do you put Charlotte in the chamber?
That SmackDown women's roster suck.
So fucking bad.
That
shit stink.
It's horrible.
I ain't gonna bring that up.
Like SmackDown's women roster, I feel like you had to put the belt on Charlotte again. Like Ronda was unbeatable. You can always find a finesse for it, but it's just that roster's ass. Like, yeah, you're pushing Raquel, but who cares?
Like, it is not stinking as the talent. It stinks nobody's built. Like, obviously, Tegan Knox fire. Like, shots of fire.
You just can't trust Tegan Knox's knee.
Yeah, even if her knee was good, they just didn't build them. Like, they didn't put enough time in creating, like, during the Ronda feud, they didn't put enough time. Natalia's back, but we seen Natalia versus Charlotte like 17 times.
Yep.
I don't know what you do, bro.
Me neither.
You make
I really don't know.
Match, like
I'm gonna be honest. I really don't know what you do.
You can't do that because Charlotte's been in like 3 WrestleMania triple threats already.
Yep.
You give me Asuka. She get her get back. But I don't know if they want to put Asuka on SmackDown.
I wouldn't be mad at Asuka on SmackDown. Why? Why not?
I'm saying you give me Asuka. You give me a get back. Kind of Asuka run through the SmackDown roster. Probably lose to Ronda. But
no, she got to lose to Shayna this time.
Ew.
That seemed like the choice that makes sense because they've been trying to do something with Shayna.
That ain't gonna work. Yeah.
I don't know. Shayna wearing t-shirts again, so she probably get back to what she was at. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, SmackDown's a whole weird situation, women's division wise. But that's that. Then what was the other match? Was there another match?
No.
Nope. All right, cool. KO versus Roman. The match in itself, great match. KO did miss that backflip spot, but it is with that. But overall, really good match. It just really classic Kevin Owens. He told that man, "You're gonna have to kill me," and Roman technically tried to kill that man to get the W because I think he kicked out of 4 spears. Luckily, Roman didn't choke him out because I thought it was going to lead to a Roman chokeout when it comes to that. But overall, it was a really great match. KO still looked like KO in that match, still strong. Roman is out of his rabbit ass mind, but it was the end. It was the end, G. It was the end. So after the match, Roman said the whole bloodline came out. Everybody was like, all right, gang here. We about to celebrate. Jay about to say, hey, hold on. He good. He passed the test. Roman was like, nah, B. He ain't cool yet. He ain't gang yet. So proceeds to have everybody just beat the living shit out of KO. Just beat his ass.
Super kicked that man to hell.
Like, bro, that man was getting super kicked, 3D'd, solo ass crack in his face with a chair, spiked. Like, that man was getting his ass kicked. Then he gets handcuffed, gets super kicked to death again. Then this is where Roman was about to beat that nigga with a chair. Sami was like, nah, but you don't gotta do all of that. Roman was like, you do it then, nigga. Stopping me from being great. You're right, I am above this. Answer that man's question for him. Proceeds to just turn his back towards a chair again. I think Roman needs to learn this lesson. Stop turning away from chairs. And proceeded to get where Sami literally did what we was all waiting for him to do. Betray the bloodline. Well, betray Roman. And Roman eats that chair shot. Contemplates things. Jay looking like, what the fuck? Acting like a nigga did this and that. Like, I was like, yeah, G, these niggas. Jay gives us
Michelle McCool wrestling
Jay ain't gonna touch nobody ever.
Yeah, she was wrestling Uggs. Like, Corey Graves said like 14 times. She's wrestling in Uggs. But,
got it?
Yep. But yeah, Jay was triggered. Jimmy said, hold on.
That was
this
the
nigga
first
tweaking.
emotion Jimmy showed in months.
Yo, Jimmy went from all smiles and laughing to, Yeah, fuck this shit and beat that nigga ass.
You know what that was though? Like a little inner circle type thing. That was really triggered by him upsetting his brother because Jay don't get upset about nothing. But if you fuck with his
What
brother,
you mean Jay
then,
don't get upset? Jay,
I mean not Jay, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy don't get Jimmy. That triggered the hell out of him. So you made my brother cry.
Yeah, you made my brother cry. I was like, yeah, I gotta beat your ass and super kick the shit out of Sami. Proceeds to whoop that nigga ass. Roman rips the shirt off. When Roman finally ripped the shirt off. Ripped the shirt off that man.
He snatched that joint off.
Literally snatched the shit out that shirt. And then when they realized Jay walked up, he said, "You broke my family." I was like, nigga. I was like, bro, now you destroyed my family too because of your dumb shit. Continue to whoop his ass for another 10 minutes, and then the show ends with just them with Sami and KO just dead. But that was probably a perfect way to end this pay-per-view. I know niggas say all these price took from Cody's moment, but bro, we was waiting for this moment and it was executed to perfection. Shout out to Roman, G. Roman understands. He understands storytelling. He understands wrestling, G. This is real wrestling right here, G. This is real heel work. This is probably some of the best heel work we got since Triple H, 99 Triple H.
Yes.
He's not a menace to that level, but in terms of heel work, this is 99 Triple H levels of heel work we're getting right here. But I loved what I saw, G. I loved every moment of it, G. But Trail, you go ahead.
No, I just think it's amazing. Sami really Roman's showing niggas his acting chops already. Like that's just he
better than The Rock.
Already know what's coming up.
He better than The Rock. More range than The Rock.
He's definitely better than The Rock.
Hey,
Sami is showing his as well though. Like Sami's facial expressions was so fucking good, bro. Like the confliction he had, you can't help but feel sorry for him. And
especially when Roman was muffing him.
Yeah.
Roman muffed him like 4 times.
Everybody just did that thing. 10 out of 10. Dave Meltzer even came on Twitter. I gotta go. You know, Dave don't never talk shit on him. He never talk that much good about the WWE. This dude, bro. Well, hold on. I gotta say this nigga tweet, bro. This nigga, bro, had me dead. Where is it? This nigga always tweeting it. Where is it, folks?
Who's the tweet from?
Dave Meltzer. I'm about to grab it right now.
Oh.
He said, "Super show finish. They destroyed Kevin. Sami hit Reigns with a chair and got destroyed. Jey Uso walked out of the Bloodline member. Like, bro, that shit. That shit was. That shit was It was beautiful, bro. Like I don't know who writing that shit, but whoever is about to get a raise. Like, I know it's collaborative with the wrestlers and stuff like that. I think Vince McMahon would have ended this earlier, but letting it stew always help out.
Yeah. This was another example of very good long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
And it ain't over yet.
Yeah. Because we're going to Montreal next. And Roman is about to be booed like Shawn Michaels in Montreal, G, before he apologized to Brett.
The pop for Sami and Kevin at that show.
It's going to be crazy. If Kevin Owens is back alive by then. But that heat that Roman's about to get when he comes out in Montreal, bro, is going to be insane. It's going to be insane because he is going to get booed out the arena.
I hope he do the thing like before the match or something where he tell Montreal to acknowledge him and you hear the rain of boos come down.
Yeah.
Bro, it's gonna
That's
be
gonna be
insane,
crazy.
bro. Like that
Speaking of the
man.
chamber, I got another idea for a chamber match. You put the IC belt up in the chamber match because depending on what they, well, we probably do y'all think it's gonna be Brock versus Walt versus Gunther or Brock versus Bobby?
I think it's Brock
Brock
versus
versus
Bobby.
Bobby.
Brock versus
All right,
Bobby's
so but
money.
still, I think you could put I think you should put Walter in the chamber.
I think they is gonna put Walter in the chamber, but it depends what they trying to do. If they secretly try to split the belts, because even then, like even I don't know whether Kevin Owens tweaked on Raw, but he said universal title. He never said undisputed title. He said universal. So they're looking like they're going looking to split in the belts. We'll see where things go. Especially we'll see how Cody handles it. Because if Cody just outright say I want the WWE title,
They split.
we're opening up a can of worms. We're opening up a can of worms right there. So we'll see where things go.
That's
and
really the only other dilemma they have is just splitting the world title. I feel like the tag, like we talked about the tag belt situation. I feel like that's set
yeah, I
and done.
think
Like it's gonna
we're
happen.
gonna get a situation where just because Jay is not in the right headspace and they lose the SmackDown belts to Imperium, it makes sense if that's the case. But
yeah,
but we're literally walking into a situation where the road to Mania is gonna be funny as hell because if we thought Sami is about to be over dramatic with this shit and Roman's dramatic as fuck, you threw Cody in there. And Cody and his dramatics is about to be on 10. Once we get to once it's fully focused on Roman and Cody, that's gonna be comical dramatics we're about to get real soon. So I can't wait. Like things is looking really cool with Mania, the road to Mania, as of right now. Because at least looking right now, we got 3 matches that we're looking like we're about to get with Roman and Cody. Brock and at this point would definitely look like we're about to get Brock versus Bobby. And Seth and Logan Paul looks like it's about to be an option as well. So we'll see where things go because we're from here. Because when is Mania?
Mania is in April.
Let me just get the exact date. See how many days we got. WrestleMania April 1st. So we literally have 2 months until Mania, and I think it's only one pay-per-view leading up.
Elimination Chamber, and then that's it.
So they not going to Saudi for Mania, which they normally do. So, oh yeah. So we got Elimination Chamber, then we're full on road to Mania. So things is about to get real freaking interesting with WWE because we are on full on road to Mania mode. I'm excited. Really excited to see where things go. And overall, wrestling is overall in a good place. AEW got some it's not WWE level momentum, but they got some decent going on right now in terms of show quality, but still mid, but show quality is a little bit better. But yeah, so that's that. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. We appreciate you guys for listening as always. If you watching us or listen to us, make sure you subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you listening, whichever one, do the same thing. Share. Let the people know you rock with us. Let one person know so that one person can let people know. We appreciate all that support. Follow us on Twitter at 3S from the Ring for all our wrestling basketball takes as well. And yeah, man, we here and be on the lookout for the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.